How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Masterminds with Us YouTube channel. I am one half of the Masterminds. I am Brian. This training is all about your ability to focus. This training is all about your attention span. We're living in a world where your attention span is being itemized. It's being divided up 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, hour long. Our attention is being measured. And what we do with that attention in the form of, so the metric is the quantity, how much time we're spending online or how much time we're spending attending to something. And then we have the quality information where it's like, what are we spending that time on? So you have quantity, how much time, quality, what we're spending our time on. So this is becoming, with the power of technology, one of the most important things that people are measuring and using to collect information to find better advantages in life. Because as humans, we have three main elements that we consume from each other, right? It's time, energy, and attention. We are not cannibalistic beings in the form of like eating one another. That's a small percentage of humanity that does exist, but we cannibalize one another in a new way or in a different way in the modern world. And the way that we cannibalize one another is through time, energy, attention. So one of the most important spiritual principles, or if you want to say abstract, because abstract spiritual can pretty much overlap. There's overlap right there. So one of the most important abstract things that you can do for your entire being is becoming selective with your focus, selective with your time, selective with your attention, selective with your energy. So what does that look like? Selective with your time. We've got 24 hours. 8 of those hours are spent sleeping. I believe that the other 16 are spent divided up between work, responsibilities, and maybe something that we would call play or enjoyment. So what we do within these time credits matter. So now we have time as the flat line, right? So now attention. What are we attending to? What are we rising to apply ourselves to? This is where the what comes into question, right? As of right now, I'm making a YouTube video. That is the what. You're watching this YouTube video. That is the what, right? And then, so that what is just one of the most important things that you can do, because whatever it is that you're attending to, you start to become, because that is what is consuming you and that is what you are consuming. So messages like this are super important because it raises the awareness of our system, our collective system. You know, I encourage you to, as best as you can, articulate this same message forward, because it raises the collective awareness of what we're doing on this thing we call time, which is our when. So, and then when we are applying attention, how are we showing up? What kind of energy are we putting into it? What is the spirit in which we choose to embody when we do attend? Are we low-spirited, like, oh man, not this again, not really looking forward to it, with either an apathy or resistance to it? If you're having apathy or resistance to where you're showing up, you got to plug into a different source of energy. There are ways to plug into energy, and it takes a little bit of reflection, and I would love to help you guys with that. So you guys have to tap in to the YouTube, watch our videos, and we have a challenge coming through to present to you guys that will help you get this energy and start to solidify it so that you can move forward in a higher spirit. But to continue with this energy idea, it's that, you know, the level of intensity that you're applying to your attention. So you have time, the platform in which all attention then expresses itself. Then you have the attention, the actual platform of what you're attending to, and then the level of energy that you're applying to that. And to be a high energy individual, you need to apply high energy. You need to let your body know, wake up that dopamine cycle, wake up norepinephrine, wake up the serotonin. Like, let's get connected. Let's get excited. Let's get consumed by the present moment. That is what determines your energy. And unless you give it out, unless you give the energy forward, you're not letting your body know to show up that way. So you have to go and apply yourself to the right things with the right energy so that you can then come more alive, become more aware. So these are just some ideas. This is not an extensive display of these ideas, but hopefully this helps you along your way and helps you in waking up that awareness so that you can step forward and do more with this biological, spiritual biological, because it's physical, but then it's also, we have this abstract element from ourselves for us to be able to maximize the time that we spend here and impact the way we're meant to impact. Because apathy and grief, these things, although part of life, these things are not helping us show up to life. Because when you're in apathy, when you're in grief, what do you want to do? You want to hide. Thank you so much. This has been a great training.